Eagles are your 2025 Super Bowl champs. They destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs. The floor is yours. Our Philly scumbag, Connor Sparrow.
Just want to start off by saying fly, Eagles, fly. I never doubted this team for a second. Definitely not in the middle of the season when we were talking about Nick Sirianni being fired. Still, definitely never said that. I would like to note, important note for the show, I own the NFL now. Dylan can have the Big 12 or SEC, whatever. If you look at Twitter right now, look at X, September 5th, a graphic was tweeted out that said Super Bowl predictions before week 1 kicks off. And I believe I said Eagles over Chiefs, if that graphic's right. So I might just have to claim the whole entire NFL from here on out, guys.
Who'd you have winning the NFC South?
The Falcons.
Okay.
Wait, so if you get the
Dylan,
NFL,
we had the Rams.
You did have
we had the Rams. We were right on the Rams.
But if you're claiming the NFL, that means I get to claim college football.
What?
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me, Karter. Hey.
Now we're just giving everybody full entities. We're not even going divisions now. We're not even going conferences.
Well, you can have a division of the entity, but I had Ohio State. Yeah, I had Ohio State before the season, so
does it count though? Does it count if they had 2 losses?
Okay, no, we're not getting into
Side
this.
note, did you see who the new lieutenant governor of Ohio is?
No, I didn't. No.
Jim Tressel.
Is he actually?
I'm dead serious. This isn't even a bit. Because Vance is vice president.
You're kidding.
Husted takes the Senate spot that Vance held. Jim Tressel, Republican apparently, but now the lieutenant governor. So it happens when you take care of Michigan. You get a spot in the state government.
Nominates
didn't have a
ex-football
campaign.
coach. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, that's some Biden stuff right there. That's DNC stuff, Dylan.
No comment. No comment.
No comment. That's funny.
Eagles destroy the Chiefs last night. Grade the Super Bowl real quick, a 1 through 10. In my opinion, it was a 1.8.
Strictly game?
Strictly game. And you can mix in halftime and commercials if you want. The night as a whole.
The night as a whole, I would go 4. I would go 4. Yeah, because there was a
that
point.
wasn't even close to an average Super Bowl.
Well, at the beginning of the game, even when the Eagles scored that first touchdown, there was a little bit of a point where you're like, okay, this is kind of the Chiefs' sweet spot. Maybe they'll come back. Now, there was definitely an early point where you kind of felt this game was over, but I liked some of the commercials. I was with family. I enjoyed that. We had good food. Now, the halftime show. I'm not a Kendrick guy. Wasn't a huge fan of the halftime show. Although
that was minus 1,000 odds.
Titans are back. The Titans were the talk of the Super Bowl. Did we see that? Samuel L. Jackson, tighten up.
Tighten up.
Tighten up.
I give it. I'm kind of with you, Dylan. I'm going to go 3.5 because even though the game itself wasn't as entertaining, I did enjoy seeing the Eagles just get to Mahomes every single play without even sending a single blitz. That was kind of fun to watch. I'm not even a Chiefs hater, but just seeing something different.
Say that.
Just seeing something different like that. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to sound worse for me saying 1.8 when I was a Chiefs believer all season, but I just thought it was a boring game. It was a blowout. I just wanted a close game. In reality, I picked the Chiefs before the game, but I just want a close Super Bowl when it's the Carolina Panthers aren't playing in it, which is every single year. But I just want a close game. That's all I care about. And yuck last night.
The lack of a close game, there wasn't any memorable moments, really. I mean, there was a couple, the Devonta Smith touchdown.
Pick 6. That's it.
And the Cooper Jean pick 6. Yeah, exactly. Other than that, what can you really point to? Even the couple Mahomes throws in garbage time, it was great throws, but the game was over.
Yeah, exactly. And even that Jalen Hurts to Devonta Smith touchdown, great throw, it was already over.
Yeah, it was.
Now, how the fact that this Super Bowl was a blowout, how does this change how we... I've seen online that people are having the discussion of Mahomes has fallen off or the Chiefs aren't what they used to be.
Yep.
It is absolutely absurd that just because the Chiefs are playing on such a big stage and they lose the way they did, that the conversation completely changes about them.
This is 100% LeBron versus Jordan. This is all this is. Brady, even though Brady lost some Super Bowls, but Brady never got blown out in a Super Bowl like Mahomes has a couple times now. And LeBron, yes, he's fallen 4-0 in multiple NBA finals. But, yeah, this is just LeBron versus Jordan right now. And I don't know why for years we punished LeBron James for making the NBA finals. All of a sudden, like, people are now all of a sudden saying, oh, Mahomes is an idiot for getting blown out in a Super Bowl. Well, okay, all of a sudden Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson should be lifted up because the Chiefs didn't win in the Super Bowl. They would do that crap with LeBron where it's like, oh, LeBron, he, has this finals record and he lost all these finals. Dude, 07 Cavs, that team had no chance. Of course they were going to lose. But all of a sudden we're supposed to punish LeBron James for even making it there. All of a sudden his legacy would have been better if he lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. This is stupid.
That's the biggest point is the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes are there. They had the opportunity to play. They're there seemingly every year. And just the nature of the sport that we watch and we talk about, blowouts are just going to happen. It's inevitable. Now, you can argue how often should they happen, this, that, and the other, but it's just something that happens. And now we're having these conversations about, oh, the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. It's absolutely insane. You can't leave this game thinking, I don't leave this game thinking anything less of the Chiefs. It's just kind of the nature of sport. It's what it's what happens.
I think one of the reasons you're seeing that much talk about, that side of things, I think it's because people started dubbing Mahomes the GOAT and like entering him into these conversations way too early in his career. But I was one of those people. I brought that up on the show like 3 weeks ago, and you can't help yourself but talk about it. But I think that's why you're seeing so much backlash, because people are like, oh, you're already comparing him to Brady. How could you not? Like, he's this early in his career. You can't blame people for doing that. Therefore, there's that much backlash whenever he gets blown out like this. But you guys are spot on. They're going to be back here again. He's going to have multiple more chances.
I mean, you guys don't think this does anything to tarnish the legacy that Mahomes is leaving, right?
I mean,
No.
If he never wins another Super Bowl, then maybe we'll point to this as like a turning point, but that's not going to happen.
No, he's going to win another Super Bowl.
Can I go? I'm going to go deep cut here. What I thought about the Chiefs heading into this game. 2015, Jordan Spieth winning every single golf tournament. And you just thought this guy's a machine. He is not human. And then he finally has that one game where he puts up a stinker. I mean, what was the final count on interceptions? 2, 3 for Mahomes?
2.
I can't. Two interceptions. Bad. I mean, again, don't think this tarnishes his reputation, but those were really bad interceptions. The offensive line played horrible. Connor, you touched on it. The Eagles didn't blitz at all, and they had like a 38% pressure rate. Now, I do want to ask this question. The Kansas City Chiefs moving forward, I've seen the question asked, what pieces do they need to address to solve whatever issues they have? Does the fact that Rashee Rice comes back next year give you enough confidence to be like, okay, I think just adding that wide receiver back makes things okay for the Chiefs next year?
Yes, 100%. He was so good. He was their best receiver. He's been the best receiver they've had since Tyreek Hill. And I don't know what's going to happen with Travis Kelce. He's clearly in the last stages of his career. They probably need one more weapon on offense, but other than that, it's just the offensive line. Offensive line's got to be better.
And Rashee Rice is coming off a major injury. And also there's the legal situation. So if you're the Chiefs, you can't bank on Rashee Rice being 100% next year, exactly what he was to start this year. If you're the Chiefs, you do want to go out and get, like you said, Karter, 1 or 2 more weapons. And you're right, the offensive line. You saw it last night. Mahomes was running for his life every single play. And to start the game, they didn't run the ball in the first 2 drives of the game because they knew what was going to happen. They knew that Eagles run defense was that good. Mahomes started out, I don't have the exact number, he threw 8 passes before they had a rush attempt or something like that. So they came out knowing what was going to happen. Yeah, I think you're right. You can't depend on Rashee Rice to kind of be that fix-all next year, though, considering the off-the-field stuff and the major leg injury, though.
The other thing
forgot about the off-the-field stuff. Just forgot about the off-the-field stuff. That's a great point, Connor. Totally forgot about that.
Is that stuff resolved yet? I thought it might have been resolved.
I think they pushed it off. I think they pushed it off for the investigation, and they'll deal with it going into next season. That was the whole. Right. Yeah.
The other thing people haven't mentioned enough either when, Connor, you were saying, okay, well, before this game, everyone's talking about, Mahomes should be compared to Brady and all this stuff. Because we'd be doing a very different podcast right now if the Chiefs went out and completed a 3-peat, and it would be Brady versus Mahomes. And on top of that, too, think people forget that the Patriots didn't win a Super Bowl from 05 to 15.
Yeah, they had a long drought. Yeah,
and and the 2 Super Bowls they lost to were Eli Manning. I mean, come on here, like this is
truly is. What have you done for me lately? That's
all it is.
Yeah,
it's still going to be Brady versus Mahomes. Going forward, like it's not like this game ended all the discussion and Brady's the GOAT. Like this is just recency bias, and like you said, Dylan, it's just this happened last night, so of course people are going to overreact to it.
Wouldn't it be kind of fun though if this was the turning point, and then all of a sudden we see Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson ascend to Patrick Mahomes greats, and then the conversation is not Mahomes, it's somebody else, and this was the turning point. That'd be very fun.
I think that could happen, because think about when the Patriots beat the Eagles, and then all of a sudden Ben Roethlisberger's winning a Super Bowl, Peyton Manning's winning a Super Bowl with the Colts, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger again. Like, this can happen. And then meanwhile, Mahomes is only 29 right now. He's still got another 10 years in this league probably.
That's very true. It's very true. Although I don't envy them having to play Pete Carroll and Sussy Russy twice a year. Dynamic duo.
Is Russ going to Las Vegas confirmed?
In my mind.
Oh, he's not going to Las Vegas.
In my brain. He would love Las Vegas.
They hate each other.
Yeah. I
think Carroll forced him out. He was like, Geno Smith, please.
Water under the bridge, Karter.
Yeah, they've had time to work out their differences.
How are you going to feel when it's Sam Darnold and Pete Carroll?
I'll let it play out.
Okay.
I'll let it play out. I would be okay with that.
Yeah. Anyhow, but yeah, credit to the Eagles. I know we talked about Mahomes and everything, but credit to Jalen Hurts, credit to Nick Sirianni, Vic Fangio, Kellen Moore, and this coaching staff and these players. They have so much freaking talent on this roster, man. Like, this is going to sound really mean, and it's going to discredit Nick Sirianni, but those coordinator hires were probably the reason why they won this Super Bowl. On top of, they are without a doubt the most talented team in the NFL.
Yeah, there was a stat by Mark in Philly, our resident friend of the show, Eagles fan. He was retweeting everything, but a couple of them I found pretty interesting. The Eagles had 145 points scored, NFL postseason record, and they also became the first team with a 70-point differential in the postseason since the 2000 Ravens. Like, this wasn't a fluke run. This was a dominant run by the Eagles. Yes, it was. And, you guys said, Commanders defense last week. They dropped 40 in the Super Bowl against this Chiefs defense, so...
Let's say
Chiefs, they ranked middle of the pack for a lot of stats.
Oh,
no one's going to sit here and say, we talked about it on the Super Bowl preview show. The Eagles on paper were by far the better team. The Chiefs were one of the luckiest teams per the luck rankings. Like, this was what I can't get over is I can never be right about the Chiefs in the playoffs, no matter what side I go on, because I always, Chiefs, this isn't going to last forever. It's not going to last forever. I'm going to bet against them. And then the Chiefs always win. And then I say on the Super Bowl show last week, on the preview, I say the Eagles are the better team on paper. All of the data, all of the stats tell me that the Eagles should win this game. But I say, screw it. I'm done being on the wrong side of the history. I'm going Chiefs. And then they put up this stinker. All that to say, Connor, this offensive performance, the Chiefs do rank middle of the pack for a lot of defensive stats. They're not a bad defense. I hear what you're saying, but last 10 Super Bowls, where does this Eagles team rank?
They're in the top half. They have to be the top half. Gotta be.
Yeah.
Okay. This team was dominant.
Okay. All right.
Last 10, I think they're better than that Broncos Peyton Manning team.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're better
not better than any of the two last Chiefs teams.
What about the first Chiefs team? Probably. Well, that was one of the Tyreek. Maybe not, actually.
Yeah,
that defense was horrible.
Yeah, the defense was
bad.
I think they're better than the Bucs.
Yeah. The Bucs defense was good too, though. Man, I don't know.
It's tough. Just a little thought exercise. I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to pick a fight with Eagles fans again. I do own the city of Philadelphia, but you did it. I do think it's a lot to the coordinators too. That defense was awful last year, so bad. Took a huge step up with hiring Vic Fangio. I'm happy for him. Happy for him.
If you're Kellen Moore, why are you taking the New Orleans Saints job? That's like taking a job. Okay, say it's money, say it's a head coaching chance, but I also feel like that's like when you go into a college football coach takes a death sentence job where it's, oh, they have no NIL money to recruit with. You got a disaster situation. They've been bad for so many years. You're not getting any help from the donors or anything. The Saints are in cap hell. Wake Forest, yeah. The Saints and same colors. The Saints are in cap hell. They have aging talent all around their team, and they're kind of going nowhere. It kind of just felt like, look, this is the only chance I'm getting right now. I guess I just got to take it. I think it might be a bad career move for him.
But if this Eagles team flames out, which I don't think they will, but if they flame out, then what if he doesn't get another shot? Would be my thing.
I still think he's young enough, and I think this Eagles team is too talented for him not to get that next shot.
Did you see Sirianni on stage trying to get him back?
Get him. Yeah, trying to bring him back.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to ask is, this may be a very dumb question, and it's going to look stupid after, obviously they just won the Super Bowl. Is Jalen Hurts a top 5 quarterback in this league?
No.
He's not.
Look, I've been the biggest Jalen Hurts guy, especially recently, but I can't say he's top 5. I'm not going to do the whole recency bias thing. He played a damn good game last night. I thought he would. He came out and honestly played really well through there and on the ground, but he's not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I'm not ready to say that yet.
Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen,
Burrow. Jaden Daniels.
I would even able go Herbert.
I've had enough of Herbert. I'm not going to lie.
Of course you have Emmanuel.
Dylan, I was going to say,
social media quarterback.
Moral of the story, Dylan, you need to stop mistrusting stats because that screwed you this year.
But here's the thing. I find myself, you're right.
Karter, he did the Karter and Karter. He said dog factor.
Yeah. That's like that's my default is stats and data. But if I would have went with that and then the Chiefs won, I would have gone crazy. This has been the 5th time that I bet against the Chiefs in the playoffs. Now I own the Chiefs in the regular season, but in the playoffs, there's just something that goes wrong here. It's not a good situation. But yeah, next time I try to do that dog factor thing, just say, Dylan, stick to what you know. Stay in your
All right. I'll be there.
Shut up and dribble.
Please do.
Yeah. Hey, you know what hit though? Tails cashed last night.
Tails cashed over 2.5 players to throw a pass, and in a way that I was not expecting.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. What else did we have? Let's go through the winning bets.
Okay, so the one I gave out about
anytime touchdown.
Nice.
Yeah, easy bet. I gave out Saquon most yards after catch at almost 10-1. That cash on the screen pass.
Cash.
Just like I said, that was a good one. None of the bingo cards hit.
We got robbed. Are we going to complain about octopus? We got robbed of an octopus. 3 times. 3 2-point
How many conversions were there? 3?
I think 3.
4? How many were attempted? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
at
was
least
ridiculous.
3 were attempted.
The problem is the Eagles didn't attempt one. So
yeah.
That was a moneymaker.
I did cash for there to be a 2-point conversion attempt. That was plus 120. King of the end zone. Congratulations, Connor, but I got robbed. Devonta Smith.
I didn't deserve that.
Oh my gosh. And it was, what was it, $50-some, $40-some?
$46 bonus bet. Not too bad.
I was expecting it to be like 7. That was a lot higher than I thought.
What are you going to use your 46 bonus? What are you going to use your $46 bonus bet on?
Probably a DJ and NBA lottery ticket tonight, so I'll go ahead and post that later.
So Luka 40 points, Butler 8 boards.
Do we think Devonta Smith, king of the end zone, would have been more or less than Xavier Worthy?
Probably about the same.
I would think the same, but see, originally I would have said more because more people put Worthy, but I guess not. I have a hard time believing. I feel like
a lot of people.
Worthy's probably wide receiver. He's wide receiver 1, but
yeah,
a lot of people probably took Kelsey too. I don't know.
Kelsey and AJ Brown.
Yeah, Kelsey and AJ Brown.
No, people took Saquon.
Calcaterra, not even a factor in the game. I was hoping at the end of the game. We got robbed with Samaje Perine, and then Patrick Mahomes wasn't even dapping him up on the sideline.
Pat Mahomes, Samaje Perine, trouble in paradise.
Anti-Perine guy.
I have a prediction, Dylan. You're going to love
this. Give me your prediction.
Samaje Perine's going to be an Atlanta Falcon next season.
Ooh.
we're going to get some Penix and Pirine going on.
Ooh, double PP.
Can't you see Samaje Perine being the backup to Bijan Robinson next season? Because clearly the Falcons can't afford Tyler Algier, so they're probably moving on from him. Samaje Perine coming in. That seems like a fit to me.
Samaj and Bijan, perfect.
Who says no?
Pirine, Penix, I love it.
Penix.
I got absolutely screwed with my square last night that I got randomly assigned. Chiefs 8, Eagles 5.
Oh,
what is that?
That sucks.
I got a prime number for my Super Bowl square.
If it would have been 38-35 like 2 years ago, you would have won that.
yeah, I'd have been in good shape.
Been Bezos.
That's only 8-5.
Barkley, why did I not take no Barkley touchdown? That's a Dylan bet through and through.
I bet it's under on rush yards, but I didn't do the touchdown thing.
I had his under on. Well, I did technically. I didn't have his under on rush yards. I took the Hornets-Pistons game to have more points in the first half than Saquon Barkley rush yards. Cash with
beautiful. That's cashed. How did your Liverpool thing do?
Cash.
Oh no! Well,
yes. Oh, it wasn't even close. We took Chiefs touchdown and then plus 160. Liverpool played all of the reserves. They lost.
What'd they score? Oh,
0.
Oh, wow.
So you weren't even sweating when they had no touchdowns at halftime. You were like, no worries.
I was sweating a little bit. I was sweating a little bit. No, draw.
It's not a push.
Draw was a factor.
Oh, so it was a three-way market.
It was a three-way market. So
okay,
but I was in a great spot. I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, plus 160. This is gonna help build the bankroll a little bit. After I took this guy to score first touchdown, this guy to do this guy to do that, Calcaterra to score a touchdown, Pirine to score a touchdown, Pirine receiving yards. But it's all good.
It got bad quick. I want to bring up one more thing about the game. I do have news and notes real quick. It's one single piece of news and notes, and I'm assuming we'll do our Super Bowl champions for next year. But I do want to touch on one bone that I have to pick. I have a bone to pick with Jalen Hurts because there is no world where Jalen Hurts should have been Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, here we go.
Josh Sweat. A team-high 6 pressures on 34 pass rushes, 2.5 sacks. That defense meant more to the Eagles than Jalen Hurts did.
The defense as a whole. Who you pick? You can't just pick one player out of the defense. Cooper DeJean should have been MVP then. He had to pick 6.
Josh Sweat.
No, I disagree. Hurts was out of his mind.
Leading
rusher.
217 passing yards and interception. Is that what we're doing here? Mahomes had more passing touchdowns than him.
Oh, in garbage time. Don't do that.
No.
I'm just saying, look at the defense. The defense was the winning unit there, and Josh Sweat was the guy that stood out. I was shocked.
You were rooting against
we'll never see a non-quarterback Super Bowl MVP in our lifetime.
You were rooting against my Jalen Hurts plus 350 ticket, is what I'm hearing. That's unbelievable, Dylan.
I wasn't rooting against you. I was rooting for justice. In a world where justice is dwindling and dwindling, I was rooting for justice, and that was Josh Sweat, Super Bowl MVP, and we got robbed.
Did you guys see Gruden with
DeJean?
Did you guys see Gruden with AJ and Big Justice?
Oh, how about the girl? Did you see the girl that just jumped in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, get out of here. That's what I'll say. Get out of here, that girl. That's what I'll say.
My Super Bowl pick is going to be hilarious. It's going to be let's just say it's a Dylan-like prediction because
I don't even know what I'm going to do.
The August Super Bowl pick is the one I actually care about. This one, because I think Dylan had the Cardinals winning, maybe.
I think you did.
2 years ago, I did. Kyler Murray was coming back from his injury.
I had the Cowboys this year.
So this prediction doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, we can do Super Bowl picks unless you guys have something else you want to touch on.
I do want to touch on one thing really quick.
Big Dom? Big Dom?
Oh, Big Dom. Maybe he should have been Super Bowl MVP because that man
ring.
knows where all the cameras are at any given time. That man has got eyes for cameras. It's insane. He never misses an opportunity to make it about himself. That's for sure. Aaron Rodgers, rumored to not be invited back to the New York Jets next year. Where does Aaron Rodgers find himself in the start of the 2025 NFL season?
Vegas?
He has a house in Nashville.
Whichever
Vegas?
team doesn't draft a quarterback, yeah, maybe Vegas.
Titans?
I don't hate Vegas.
Browns?
Browns. They would. Browns fans would go crazy if they got Aaron, like in a bad way.
Someone takes a flyer on like Milroe, or maybe if Cam Ward or Shadur needs to sit a year, just sign Aaron Rodgers for 1 year.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, stopgap quarterback. Just see what he has left. A team that has decent weapons.
We've seen what he has left. We saw it.
It's not much.
Yeah, it's not much.
Where does Zach Wilson end up in your mind, Dylan?
Ooh, he strikes me as Houston Roughneck. Maybe Arlington Renegade.
I think he's a third. I think he's a third stringer on the Raiders.
DC Defender.
God, the Raiders third string.
Yeah, I think he's a third string Raider.
Hear me out.
Raider.
Maybe he plays for one of those female flag football teams we saw a commercial for.
He's gonna be the coach, like Powerpuff.
Maybe coach. Yeah.
Don't like that.
Powerpuff. Yeah.
Don't like that. Let's do Super Bowl predictions and we'll get out of here. Dylan, who is winning the 2026 Super Bowl?
The Cincinnati Bengals are winning the Super Bowl, and they are going to beat new head coach, young quarterback, tons of upside, great defense, Chicago Bears.
You can't be serious.
I'm going BB gun. I'm going double B Super Bowl, Bengals Bears. Red
Orange.
Rider, baby. Orange. Yeah, orange.
Connor.
All right, I did not prep for this. We're just going straight off the gut
No,
feeling
we did
here.
not prep.
I'm going Bird Super Bowl. Ravens and Lamar Jackson get their first Super Bowl win, and they beat Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles make it back. If you look at the roster, they're young, a lot of guys under contract. I think they make it back, but I think Lamar comes out on top with his first Super Bowl win. So give me Ravens over Eagles.
Connor, take some chances here. What are we doing? This is take some.
Okay.
Give me
I love
Panthers
being
versus.
wrong.
Give me. No one's going to remember this. This is a free roll.
Yeah, we're playing with house.
This is not a free roll. We're gonna post this clip and get torched.
Yeah, you're right.
Look, I said Cowboys last year, so I'm done. I'm done with the long shots.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, last year, Cowboys probably wasn't that long of a shot at this time last year than we thought.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess for number one Eagles fan, it probably was. But
it's time to go back to that old me, Dylan.
Chiefs 49ers?
No. Even worse.
Panthers Chiefs?
AFC, Harbaugh and the Chargers make it to the Super Bowl next year.
Wow, I love it. And they lose to?
The Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young is Super Bowl MVP. Dave Canales, Coach of the Year.
I love it.
We're looking at a Panthers team that gets to play in the easiest division in football next year. They're going to win the NFC South, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. Bryce Young, Super Bowl MVP next year. Book it. This is going to be a great clip when it happens.
What about a Titans-Panthers Super Bowl? I think the world would explode.
Is that in like the relegation league? Is that in the English Championship League?
If they ever have a game for first draft pick.
That's the game that's going to Russia whenever we start playing football there.
Whenever we occupy that land on the Gaza Strip, that's the first order of business is we're sending Titans-Panthers over there.
Straight up to Canada.
Are you real quick? We'll do NFL draft stuff as the off season goes on. We'll do a free agency pod. So Dylan's not going anywhere, and Dylan's also going to be doing a bunch of baseball and golf stuff on all the Karter Kast social media.
Pitchers and catchers report.
Shout out! I'm going to spring training next week.
Who?
I don't know. Wherever I end up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be in Phoenix. So.
Oh, everybody's down in Phoenix for spring training. Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'll pop into one ballpark. My flight's not till like 9 p.m., so it's at 1
I need
PM,
you to let me know how the Reds are looking.
What do they play? Maybe I'll go to the Reds game for you. Okay, I can make that happen.
Games won't start, though. It'll just be practice. Games won't start for 2 weeks.
I'll be there the 23rd.
Oh, you might catch one. Yeah, you might catch one.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Dylan, big golf weekend?
Some are saying Thomas Detry, 90-1, first outright winner of the year. And I think we've had 5 tournaments. It probably puts us up. Yeah, Karter?
Dylan, what would you say to the people that say that since we were wrong about the Super Bowl, what would they say? They're like, hey, Carter's too focused on college basketball. Dylan's too focused on golf and baseball. Is there any credence to that?
I'm going to say something that it's going to make a lot of people mad.
I'm shocked.
Do you know the Vine, I'm going to say it, I don't care that you hurt your elbow?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it, I'm glad football season's over. I need some golf. I need some warm weather. I need some baseball. People are talking about March Madness, this, basketball, that. I went to a work meeting.
That's the cardinal sin. You don't trash March Madness.
I went to a work meeting today, and I said, hey, what's your face? I'm not going to say his name, 'cause I guess maybe it doesn't matter. I said, hey, baseball season, how are the Mets looking? And he was like, well, we got to get through March Madness first. That's how out of it I totally am, as I just forgot about it. College basketball, worst sport ever. Dayton VCU, 15 points under the under, and then with a minute left, and they cash it by 4 points.
They're just kids.
Let me bring you to the light. Let me bring you to the light, Dylan. Just follow my blog picks. Had a great college basketball Saturday.
The problem is you're not putting out the blog picks every day. That was like a random boost I got on a Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I'm not putting out the blog picks every day. No,
that's what I'm saying. That's the problem, because I get the boosts. And then I have to – it's a college basketball boost. You know what I'm saying? So I need picks every day.
4-1. 4-1 on the picks.
Red hot.
Yeah.
So I own the PGA. Connor owns the NFL. Karter owns college basketball.
And college football, unfortunately. But if Ohio State didn't beat Michigan, therefore I own college football.
It's up for debate.
Up for debate.
Let us know in the comments. Does Karter own college football?
My plus 5,500 tickets for the Super Bowl exact outcome. I think the NFL's mine for at least a year, at least the calendar year. Till we come back in
until
August.
The draft. How about that?
Till we report. Okay, I'll enjoy it. I'll bask in it.
He can have the whole off season.
Well, because then it's my team picking first.
That's true.
Once we're on the clock and we draft Abdul Karter, then it's mine again. Because
how does it? Panthers went from plus 15,000 down to plus 11,000. So just saying, we're
Sharp
moving
money.
lines. We're moving lines.
Somebody put $20 in line move.
Yeah.
What are you looking at me for?
Yeah, somebody on the show.
Anyhow. All right, well, Dylan will be back doing a lot of fun stuff with us. NFL draft, golf, baseball, you name it. He's going to be on there. Check out the Karter Kast YouTube channel for all that stuff at Wilkerson A. Dylan, who puts out a lot of great stuff on there as well. That is a wrap on football season, fellas. What a great year. Fun stuff. Michigan, Texas, Rose Bowl update. You name it, we had it this year. At Connor_Sparrow, at CarterB8, at KarterCast on everything. Download SeatGeek. Use code KarterCast. $20 off your first purchase. $50 minimum purchase required. Anything else before we go?
It was fun. Grew a lot. Tripled our TikTok followers.
Let's do
what
that.
a season.
Just a big thank you to everyone listening. Yeah. Everyone listening, everyone watching, engaging, commenting, even the haters. We appreciate you.
Can I go ahead? Awful news for the commenters. We will be back next year. We're going to be right back here in August doing the same exact thing.
Yep, we will be back. We will be back, but we'll also be back, Connor, because we're doing NBA stuff and college basketball all basketball season long. We got a ton of fun stuff. March Madness
kind of owns Super Bowl week.
It kind of owns Super Bowl week, and then also, guess what? What's that smell? Oh my gosh! It's March Madness. It's around the corner, fellas. It's like a bonfire that you smell down the neighborhood. You go, oh man, that sounds nice.
Someone's burning leaves.
Yeah, someone's burning leaves. We're almost there. March Madness, baby. We're just around the corner. Cannot wait. We'll be here all season long for that. At KarterCast on everything.